good morning. I guess it's morning. I don't know when you're watching this. Could be midnight. Not sure. Anyway, I digress. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. And welcome, welcome. I thought we would talk today about, I went to the bins yesterday and I spent the day with my daughters and one of my grandsons to celebrate Mother's Day because it was just too hectic to try to do it today. Hectic for them, not for me. But I thought I'd show you what I bought yesterday. And we have talked about parting out items before, but there has been some discussion about selling things for parts only and getting a return for those. And so I want to clarify some things based on eBay policy that should help clarify this issue for you, because I see it come up over and over again. But anyway, let's just jump into what I sold. No, not what I sold. I haven't had any coffee for days, and it's, yeah. Whew. Anyway, what I bought yesterday. I spent about $35 on the items that I will show you today. And there's something in here that's just making me crazy. And it's that. Anyway. Oh, that helped. Oh, wow. You can't turn this off. Wait. There we go. Tiny Touch Phone Plus by VTech. I tease Phoenix, who can't understand me because he's only 8 months old, that he gets a new toy every time we go shopping. Every time we go thrifting, he gets a new toy. But anyway, that's his new toy. So let's just jump into these items. Some of these I have not fully researched. And when I say that, I mean I haven't researched them. But I think that they'll be fine. I think that they will be worth the money. For example, this I paid 99 cents for. And it's a Dolce Gabbana eyeglasses case. And so I think I can reasonably sell this for $10 or $15 shipped. Real lightweight, will go first class. Will probably take about $2.70 to ship it. Again, this kind of thing will not buy me the yacht or the private island or, you know, my own helicopter or anything like that. But I'm okay with that. I'm taking 99 cents and I'm going to turn it into probably 5-6 times the money. And if I could do that over and over and over again, it'll make a real impact. So, again, not my target price point, but that's just money laying there. You will have sellers say, well, it's not worth doing it for me. That's fine. Then don't sell them. Leave those items on the shelf, and I'll walk behind you and pick them up. I mean, that's just the way it is. This is kind of cool. This is, I paid $1.99 for this. And I bet a reseller would really like this. This is a vintage Ronson shoe polisher. And it's electronic, and I need to test it. But look, it's got all these cool goodies in the back. And it looks like it's got the instructions and everything. Honestly, it doesn't look like it's been used very much. Look how clean those brushes look. I mean, they're in really good shape. So, I reasonably think I'm going to price this right around $25 and see what happens. It's a nice little kit. I, am interested in selling shoes, and I do sell shoes when I find them. Maybe this is something that I need to keep. So, just for, part of my reselling. But, yeah, $1.99. Turn that into $25 if I can. I got this at the bins, and this does not weigh a pound. I probably paid less than $1 for it. It is a thermostat, and I just sold another one, not this particular model, but another thermostat, like instantly when I listed it. I think I can get about between $15 and $20 for this with free shipping. Mousetrap game, I'm going to check and see if it's all there. I've got two options with this. I can part this out because there's a lot of pieces in a mousetrap game, or I can put it in my flea market book for like $6. Again, this was at the Goodwill bins, and the one that I went to yesterday had 50% off because of Mother's Day. So I ended up only spending $12 at the bins yesterday on everything that I will show you that came from the Goodwill outlet. This is another one. It's a speed stacks game. It's got the mat and the cups and all of that. So I reasonably think I can get $20 for this. Also the bins. This was also the bins. A new one of these just sold for about $46. This is a Revlon halogen magnifying mirror, lighted mirror. It's got this little tray. I think I can probably get $25 for that. I just need to clean it up because it's kind of yucky. I got these at the bins, and I'm not going to open the bag, but I will show you. These are Dr. Brown's bottles, and they kind of always look this cloudy. But I'm going to boil these. I've got this whole bag. Got these at the bins. I got this whole bag of them, and I'm going to boil all of the parts and get them really clean. And then I'm going to try and get about $20, $25 out of that. If you've ever bought those Dr. Brown's bottles, they're really expensive. On a second thought, I may boil them all and keep them for Phoenix, because with a new baby, he's going to take over the smaller bottles, and maybe those will stay with Phoenix. I do not know. So I bought one of these tag book readers, just like this, last week, and it had 5 books with it and a case. I paid $2.99 for this one. I paid $3.99 for that one, but the tag didn't work. The tag reader didn't work. And this is what they look like. So you run the little sensor thing across the word, and it tells you what the word is. Well, this is the most valuable part of, the set. So I bought this one, and I could put this book. Look at this. It came with cute little Dora with the tag reader, because this one looks like it's in way better condition than the other one I had, and hopefully help recoup some of that money. So I will have ended up spending $7 to make about $25. But otherwise, the books that I bought would probably only be worth a couple of dollars. So that's to try and help me improve the price on the other tag reader that I bought that did not work. Let's see what this is. This is for me. And I don't even know if I like it. This is a KitchenAid Chopper. You just run it across the thing that you're trying to chop. I don't know how practical it is. It was half off yesterday, so I paid $2.50 for it. I just love kitchen gadgets. I love them. So I thought, for $2.50, I'll use it. If I don't like it or I don't think it's practical, I can always give it to my daughter because she'll appreciate it. I did not check this. This is made by Sparkomatic, and it is a CB noise filter system. I don't know if this is practical or not, but I only paid 99 cents for it. So I'm going to check and see if this is worth anything. It may not be worth a thing. I could not resist these. I paid $1.99 for these. I went to Village Thrift, Valley Thrift, Village Thrift, I can't remember, Village Thrift, I think. And I bought these cute little guys. These are the little potato heads, okay, which is no big deal, except they're Hulk and Captain America. See, there's his Avengers helmet, and Thor, and I think Iron Man, And I don't know which all ones are in here. But cute. And if they don't sell for anything, my brother will love these, I think. But look at that. Iron Man potato heads. Iron Man potato heads. I think that's just fun. I mean, but that's me. This is a vintage Panasonic TV. Look at that. And it's like a portable deal. And I looked this up, and they look like they're selling between $50 and $80. I paid $4.99 for this one. I need to test it and make sure it works. But how fun is that? You got your little antenna. I haven't seen black and white TV in a long time unless I was watching an old movie. So that's kind of cool. We'll see. And let's see, we're getting close to the end here. Picked this up at the bins. Of course, this is half off. This is and I always are going to buy these unless they're just a name I have never heard or doesn't do very well. But this is a combo VHS DVD player. They always do well. This one's made by Emerson, which is not the best brand, but it is something I've heard of before. I'll have to test it and see if it works. It does have a little wear, some scratches on it, but I saw this priced between, or had sold between $69 and now I can't remember. Isn't that crazy? I thought it was $69 and $100. Let's see. Emerson DVDVHS Combo. Okay. Okay. $69.95 with free shipping on down to, looks like $35 plus shipping. So I don't have the remote, so probably this is going to be more of a $40 to $50 item. I will send the RCA cables with it, and if you don't know what those are, they're the ones that plug into these jacks. And I will fully test this so that there's no issues. I think I've got a VHS cleaner. I may clean it as well. But yeah, I mean, I found this at the bins. I think their electronics are like $1.79 a pound. This probably weighs 4 pounds, but I got it for half off. So I paid somewhere around $3 to $4 for it. Again, $40 to $50 on that. Oh, my daughter collected these up at the bins yesterday and just thought they were cute and that I should have them. And these are little magnetic photo frames. So there's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole baggie full of them. But anyway, so I got those. I got this guy for my front porch. It's a little stand. And he says welcome, and I'm going to buy a plant for that because I don't have anything on my front porch. Because let's face it, I'm socially awkward. Are people really welcome here? Of course they are. Of course they are. So let's talk about parting out. And not so much parting out, but selling for parts only. And I've got the perfect example here that I want to share with you. Get it out of the bag. Alright, I found this at the bins yesterday. I do not have the power cord for it. It's a JBL Creature speaker. There's no power cord, so I cannot test this. I can't test it. So, I will have to sell this as not working for parts only. Now, not every category has that particular option. So what do? Well, a lot of folks, if they don't see that option, will just sell it as used with something in the title and in the description saying as is, for parts, whatever. Let me caution you about doing that. I do that. Let me first say I do that. But I do that with the knowledge that eBay's policy says if you sell something as used, it is expected to be fully working. So I know that when I sell it like that, there is a risk that a buyer is going to get it and say, hey, this doesn't work, I want to return it. And I'm going to have to eat the return. I'm going to have to eat the item not as described return 99 times out of 100, because eBay may not support me because it's against the policy. I mean, it's not against you're doing something outside of the policy. Let's say that. You know, it's not like selling something that is against eBay's policy, but you're not selling it in a way that is congruent with eBay's policy. So let me say that. If you are selling an item for parts only that is not working, and a lot of people do, and I do, you need to always use the parts only not working option when you can. If the category doesn't have that option for whatever reason, you can sell it as used, but just know that you're selling it with the risk that a buyer might get it and say it doesn't work, and you're going to have to support the return. So I just wanted to put that out there because it seems to be there seems to be some confusion, and nobody reads eBay policy clearly. But I just want you to know that it's in the policy, and you can Google the policy really easily without digging through all of eBay to find it, and just put in eBay condition codes or something. I searched a thing. I'm going to put a screenshot at the end of the video showing the policy for used and parts only for electronics, because there are codes, or there are condition descriptions for every category that they have. I'm showing you the one for electronics, but I just wanted to clear that up because I know that can be a bit of contention. I saw that in a group this morning, someone saying I sold it as, you know, as used, and I said it's not working, and I said it's as is, but they're gonna, you know, they want to return it. So I'm just, for your own protection. Now, what I do sometimes, and this is a risk that I'm willing to take, and I've told you this before, on this, whatever I did with it, on that thermostat that I showed you. This thermostat. Now, I'm making a calculated guess, because I'm willing to do that, that whoever removed this thermostat and put the manuals with it know that it works, because why else would they do that, right? So I am willing to put in my listing so that I can potentially sell this for a little bit more, that it is untested, but I guarantee that it works. Worst case scenario is it doesn't work and I have to eat the return. On something like this, I may not have them send it back if it doesn't work. I don't know. But you know, that's something that I'm willing to do, because I paid so little for this. I'm willing to roll the dice and take that risk. You might not be able, or not be willing to. That might give you too much anxiety. I mean, I wouldn't love getting a return on this, but I'm willing to roll the dice and say somebody took a lot of care to put these together. Why would they go through all that if it didn't work? So anyway, I'm willing to do that. So I wanted to give you you guys an update on the guy that wanted to buy that medical bag for me and was kind of going back and forth. And I got a message from him on Friday night again saying, hey, would you have you considered lowering the price on this? If you'd be willing to sell it for $200, I'd be willing to buy it, which is $50 more plus shipping than he had promised me or had offered me before. Gotta get my sweet tea. And so I sent him a message back with an offer of $200. So I did that in the morning yesterday, and then in the afternoon yesterday, I got a message from him, and then the bag was bought, but not paid for. Because you know when you do best offer kind of thing, they don't have to pay immediately. And the message said, I guess you didn't get my other message that said I will be traveling with my family until the 1st of June and won't be able to pay for it until then, blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, of course that kind of rubbed me wrong after all of the conversation we had had prior. And so I emailed him back saying, you know, I got no such email, but this is what will happen. An unpaid case will open in a few days. You'll have a few days to pay for the bag, and then it'll close. And if you don't pay for it, I'll relist it. And so he sends me an email back saying, well, I'm not paying for this with my personal account, and how am I supposed to get reimbursed from my business account? And I'm thinking, well, you just submitted a receipt showing that you paid for something with your personal account. I mean, that's what the rest of the world does. But so I responded with the reimbursement procedure is outside the confines of this business transaction. I've explained how the policy works. I'm not sure how I didn't get your message before. Well, I know how I didn't get it. He didn't send it. But I'm going to check with eBay on Monday and have them search for that message, which I had no intention of doing. And lo and behold, immediately I got a cancel request. So I canceled the order and I've relisted it already. But just kind of interesting the way people will play around with you. He's probably a buyer that I will end up blocking and putting on my block list so he can't contact or buy from me anymore. But just an interesting thing. You know, I was willing to give him a shot because I didn't think he was a scammer. I still don't think he's a scammer. I think he's a millennial. And unfortunately, there are a large portion of millennials, not all, that feel entitled to whatever, and they don't have to follow the rules, and procedures and policies don't apply to them. But I digress. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys what sold in a little bit, and I got to get some stuff cleaned up and listed, and you know, the war zone that is my basement needs to be picked up. So that's kind of what I've got going on. You guys stick around and let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. Can we talk about what sold here for a minute? Again, a slowish weekend, but it'll get there. It'll pick back up at some point, and it'll be all I can do to keep up, I promise. And I hope things are going well in your world. I hope you're having a happy Mother's Day. You know, those are important things. So let's just talk about what sold. So I listed these a month or two ago, probably. And I got these in a excuse me, a pallet. And it's these Lego Friends. It's a muffin cart or a bakery cart, cupcake cart. I don't know. Maybe it's ice cream. Maybe it's ice cream. Anyway, but it's just a little toy. Emma's cupcake stand. If I'd actually just read to eBay, it'd tell me. Anyway, so I lotted 10 of these together, and because we were trying to sell them for $2 a piece in our flea market booth, and they just weren't going. So I lotted 10 of them together as party favors, birthday party favors, and I ended up selling these for $29.99 plus shipping. They are very lightweight, total of $33.56, and I will get that out the door. Remember, I just listed these late in the week, and I'd paid $6.50 for them. They ended up selling for $29.99 plus shipping for a total of $45.54. Those will be easy to ship. Little bubble wrap, throw those in a box. Just listed these like a day or two ago. So you might not think there's a market for cassettes. There actually is. There actually is a market for cassettes. So this is a 12 cassette, 12 CDs. 12 cassette set, cassette. Anyway, these are the Greek classics, and this is from a company called the Mind's Eye Radio Drama on Cassettes. This has the Odyssey, Oedipus the King, Antigone, the Execution of Socrates. Oh, damn you, Bill and Ted. Socrates, and it also has Agamemnon. And I just listed these like 3 days ago, and they sold for $14.99 shipped. I think I paid $1 for this. So I'll make a couple bucks on this. I'm happy about that. Easy, quick turnaround too. All right. Tell me if you know what they are. They're made of aluminum. There's about a pound of them in here. I got a runner. Anyway. Yep, if you said pie weights, you are correct. You put these in a pie crust that you would bake prior to baking the pie. For example, like a custard pie, chocolate cream pie, something like that. You need to bake the crust first if it's a pastry crust. And you put these in the pie, and they will keep that pie crust from bubbling up. Who knew? These are vintage. They're not new. And I've had these for quite some time, but I think I picked them up at a yard sale for 50 cents. I think I probably got them last summer. So they've been around here for a while. But they will sell for, they sold for $11.97. I've been pricing them down and down and down. So, but they paid shipping $18.62 for this. So, and I'm probably going to put those in a padded flat rate. I don't know if I'll send that Cool Whip container with it. It's in the pictures, but I don't really think it's necessary. We'll see. I may just slip it right in the padded flat rate and let it go. All right. This is a Panasonic Cassette Transcriber, and I probably sold this as untested. I don't remember because it's honestly been listed for so long. Let's see. Tested for power. So I could get a return on this because it's sold as used. But, you know, I've tested it for power. I did not test it for transcribing or recording or any of that. I've got the instructions here in this. I think I paid $1 or $2 for it. And I have had it for a long, long time. I don't know exactly what prompted me to buy it. But $19.75 plus shipping for a total of $32.25. And then I think the final thing here that it has sold so far, it's still early, is this Black & Decker, and I've got the mounting bracket, Space Saver can opener. This is a vintage model that I probably paid $1 or so for. I've had this listed probably for 3 or 4 months, I think. And I finally sold it on sale for $15.80 plus shipping for a total of $26.95. And let me tell you what I have done, because, you know, I think the reason that some of these aren't selling is because the shipping prices are so high. And what I have done on items that I've recently relisted, and when I say that, I usually always mean sell similar, is I have started to only offer parcel select USPS shipping unless it's something really, really heavy or really, really bulky. Then I'll do FedEx. But I have changed that shipping because usually it's a lower shipping cost. And then what I find is when I go to ship it, because of the discount that I get for shipping, I can usually upgrade it to priority, and it's either the same price or less for priority. So that's kind of what I'm doing to try and drive some sales on some things that have been sitting you know, just lingering. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is get rid of some of this old stuff that's been around, and I'm trying to blow that out as it's starting to come back up to be relisted, because I have been finding that the stuff that's been selling lately is the stuff that I've recently listed. So that should prompt me to do two things: get rid of the old crap that's sitting around, and list. And so as far as some of the old crap, I am going to a big flea market with my sister in a couple of weeks, and I'll have to drive down to Kentucky to meet her, and then we're going to the flea market to set up for the day to get rid of some stuff. I am going to take some of the stuff that is just sitting around and price it cheap and get rid of it. You know, there is no need to hold on to some of this stuff. So I'm just going to get rid of it. Anyway, I have cleaned up around here a little bit. I'm going to do some listing, and I will come back to you and wrap up in just a little bit. Well, Mama, I was sitting out on the back porch because it's real nice weather outside, and I know it's spring because I saw the moles, you know, the little moles, blind moles. I saw them poke their heads out of the ground. I looked out there, and the first one popped his head out of the ground. Must have been the papa because he looked kind of big. And the second one that popped her head out of the ground must have been the mama, because she got a real sweet face. And the third one was clearly a baby mole because he wasn't very big. And I was sitting close enough that I could actually hear what they were saying as it come out. And the papa said, "Oh, I smell honey. I smell honey." And when the mama poked her head out, she said, "I smell sugar. I smell sugar." And when the baby come out, he said, "All I smell is molasses, molasses." Happy Mother's Day. Okay, guys. I managed to get all of my shipping done. I relisted carefully, cautiously, going through every listing, about 20 items. I fixed a couple of errors that I didn't know were in these listings, as far as the metadata for the mobile viewing, so you could see them on the mobile device. I fixed those. I fixed a couple of shipping issues within them, so I'm hoping that will make them sell a little better. I even managed to watch an episode of Facts of Life, so I mean, my day is just complete. So I think that I've got myself set up for a pretty good start to next week. Got to take the kid to the doctor tomorrow, the kid being the 8-month-old grandkid, to get him checked out. And I think Holly and I will work on getting some more things listed tomorrow. And I am going to try meat-free week. So I'm going to try not to eat any meat from Monday through Friday this week and see how that pans out. I don't know if I can do it, but it'll be interesting to see if that can happen. So with that being said, I am going to end it for the day. And just to remember that the dream works when you do. So keep dreaming and keep working, and I'll see you the next time.